Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fritz, you just got a treat. Don't even act like that. You're being wild. Cutting grass while watching. Intercept me. What is up, everybody? Sorry, hang on. I got to send a link to someone real quick. We are trying to help out a family that is going through something. Spam super chats. If you can, please read the description. There is a family going through it right now. I'll read this. And this is the thing, guys. I don't do GoFundMes. I don't do anything like that. This is going directly to the family, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I was asked by a very dear friend of mine who does a lot for like the gun community and stuff like that. He's been really, really good. So this family, your Saturday morning cartoons now be funny. I appreciate it, my guys. Hell of a way to grab attention with that title. Well, this is the thing. So Molly, I didn't email. Actually, I did email him to myself, but I didn't. This is Molly. About 2 weeks ago, Molly lost her life when the family, her mother was driving down the road, and an incoming car abruptly crossed the center line and hit them head on in their lane. Kristen Kennedy, Jesus. All right, well, looks like we're taking everything from this and we're just going to send it on over to them. That's what we're going to do. If you guys, which is fine, if you guys want to donate directly, or we do it here and then I can send it on over there, that's perfectly fine. The person coming at them crossed the center line and crashed into them.
Would you intercept me?
And they
I'd intercept me.
Caused their vehicle to roll. For the family, we will take care of them. James, thank you so much. Make a fucked up joke, but I'm just gonna New Mexico. Yes, his stream crashed. Did it crash? Oh my god, it did. What is going on? Hold on. What? Okay, yeah, it froze completely. So, honestly, guys, only if you can, right? I don't ever ask for anything. The only thing I ever ask is just watch my videos. That's the only thing I'll ever ask. This is just a close friend reached out to me and said, hey, can we help? And to you guys, for you to understand, I am so, like, I don't do GoFundMes. I don't do anything like that. I've never done this before. We've sent stuff to the Cajun Navy when there was the floods down in Texas. I help out where I can. I've made a couple of donations, for people's spouses who've passed away from cancer, a donation in their name. I've done some things like that. This is just the first time I am doing it directly, okay? Plus, I want to hear the kid. What do you want to hear the kid? It's really... Hi, I'm the F... I don't even know. Franklin.
Would you intercept me?
Show me your nuts.
I'd intercept me.
Doc Holiday for Molly. There we go. May the Lord give her rest and her family strength. Absolutely. The family has gone through an incredible amount. I can't even imagine what it feels like. Just so you guys know, like I'm only doing this because my close friend asked me to. And I even had a friend of mine pass away a couple weeks ago.
Would you intercept me?
And I didn't do anything. Just cause.
I'd intercept me.
Pete Parker, thank you so much as well. For the family current going through a bit right now, unemployment, having to move. You do not have to. We're just trying to, help out as much as we can. Will not hesitate for a moment to help out with this. Keep up the awesome work, HLC. I will, just so you guys know, because I am a man of my word, I did it when we helped out the Cajun Navy with the floods down in Texas. I will take a screen grab of the email I get at the end of this that says how much the stream overall made, and then I will get a screen grab of the donation to the family, so that way you guys can see. That's just something that I do, so that way you can see exactly what's going on. I will send it all to the family. Every little bit helps, man. What's going on? I just try and help out where I can. I understand, man. I grew up blue collar. I grew up on food stamps. I thought everyone had to put their school clothes on layaway. I thought that's the way life was. And, if I can do a little bit to help somebody else out, then so be it. Right. I can't imagine what a parent has to go through having to bury their child. So it's my first time. Be careful. Well, Ryan, that's fine. Big fan of the show. Grandpa Buff is pretty much my favorite. Everybody loves Grandpa Buff. Everybody loves Grandpa. It's because I say the quiet parts out loud. Especially about the minorities, like the Jews. I'm sorry. Keep potatoing. I thought this was my mobile signal. Thought it was my mobile. Did I? Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Jason Hubbard, thank you as well. Would give more if I could. You're doing God's work out here. Hearts out to the family. Hey, it's okay, Estevin. You guys don't have to, right? This is just something, if you can, want to help out the family. Anything for that family. I thank you guys. I honestly, I feel, if I can, I feel super awkward because I've never like done anything like this before. This is really the first time and probably the only time. But yeah, I to me it feels like almost like panhandling. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But what is going on in the world for the family? I can't imagine. I have my little girl. She stole your Franklin. I think Franklin took her. You know, Franklin he loves the crumbs and stuff, and kids drop a lot of food. Fritz is here. Knox is currently getting a shower, a bath. Hope this helped. Rest well, little one. Thank you so much. For the family, parents should never experience outliving their kids. All love, HLC. Thank you so much. Tracy Smith as well. Thank you. Jew here, love the buff. HLC has to do the pinning. I have to do the pinning? What am I pinning? Oh, I hear it. There we go. Let me see if I can pin that. Can I pin? Can open? Pin. I think I pinned the right one. So that's if we can help them out directly. Chat's moving too quick. I'm trying to stay on top of it. Boom. And now I know I pinned the right one. Hillbilly Hammer, thank you so much. I'm trying to pin some things. Let me go over here and actually Phoenix, boom. Phoenix, I got yours pinned. I got the other window open over here. So what is going on, everyone? I did press the pin button. Don't yell at me. Watch your language. Do the buff. I did the buff already. Who bought the wooden sword in the back of the what? I see. I do stuff. So I got to tell you guys, I had a life-changing experience today. I was at the How Could I Mess with Badge 502's watch like that? What did he ever do to you? Oh man, I love Anthony. He's good people. Also DM'd you on X a reminder about Chosen documentary. Yes. I've been very busy. Holy sweet
me?
Cow, Wither.
I'd intercept me.
I've been very busy. Here's a quick dono for the family. Thank Weapons for making me aware of the situation.
Wither,
now
thank you.
I must go back to work.
Hey man, go whatever it is I have no idea what you do, Wither. I have no clue. You're either a very well-off man or I don't know. Suddenly I feel like I have less to whine about. Time to do something to help. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'd intercept
Me
me.
Amoeba, thank you.
Happy 81st Flash Friday even though it was yesterday. Can I get a commemorative Japanese don't touch the boats for good old times? For the family, may comfort be graced upon them in time. Keep doing the good work, HLC.
Well, see, we had this whole thing where we dropped the sign.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite fucking stories.
Look, we learned the hard way. Don't touch the fucking boats.
Yeah. And now we have anime and pixelated pornography.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on stream. I'm sorry. Say the gamer word? No, not the gamer word.
Would you intercept me?
Oh my gosh.
I'd
Yago,
intercept me.
thank you.
For the family, red heart emoji.
Thank you so much. It's what I can do this week. Her parents and her family find peace. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what we're doing here, guys. Since Gears of War E-Day is coming out this year, which is more dangerous, the Hammer of Dawn or the Odin Loki system from COD? I would say... That's a good question. I would say the Hammer of Dawn. Just because the world is so torn up that, like, no one really... Like, you have to access it a certain way. And if it got into the wrong hands... Yeah. But no, I had a coming-of-age tale today. I was doing legs, and I was at the squat rack. And it wasn't even very much weight, right? So I did 2 sets of 10 at 135, and then I put on a couple more 45s, and I went up to 225. And I did, like... I don't know, I was on the phone with my sister, so I did like 5 or 6 sets of 5 with 225, just kind of working on my form, making sure I get the repetitions in there. And then I was like, I'm going to go back down. And I went to do a set of 10 at 135 again. And it was the last rep of the last set. I think it's the sciatic nerve on the back of your hip here, on your spine, and it locked up, and I had to straight up limp out of the fucking gym. Like, it was a rough time, ladies and gentlemen. Times are a bit tough for me right now, but nothing compares to the loss of Molly. BT, thank you so much. B Tarpley. You guys are so, I'm so dyslexic. Not you guys. I am. Seen admin results, did a watch episode with Nick. Be more with the gang. I'm a watch guy. Sorry. I don't know. I'm always down to do whatever. I am trying to, Chris, if you're in here, the guy who works at the drone facility who sent me the letter, I need to reach out to you because I think me, Eli, and Fenn are possibly coming through, which are not drone we're trained drone pilots in the Air Force. Have 2 children of my own, wouldn't know where to start if I lost them. Hopefully this can help. I will make sure you guys see every dime go to that family. I 100%.
Have 2 children of my own, wouldn't know where to start if I lost them. Hopefully this can help.
Gappers, yeah, so there is the Venmo link. I want that to go directly to them, but people just showed up and started sending it to me, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. You guys, in the Discord, I will drop a screen grab of how much this stream earns, and then a screen grab of the Venmo that we will be sending over to the family, so that way you guys see. I'll probably go ahead and top it up to whatever it needs to be after everything's all said and done. Oh my gosh, it's not much, but I hope it helps. A dad of 5. I pray to never find myself having to bury any of my kids prematurely. Heart goes out to the family. Hope the pain eases eventually. It's one of those things that I don't think it'll ever get easier, but it will scar over. Right now I can't imagine what they're going through and just trying to put together their world.
I'd intercept me.
HLC, you'll match this super chat amount in Venmo or your Navy level gay.
I'll probably exceed it, but I like where your head's at. Gappers. I'm here for it. I don't mind doing that. Did you see the new NMM? Seems interesting. Anyway, quick buck for the poor family. Don't really have that much to give. It is perfectly fine. Katie Structor? We are having a Hooked on Phonics stream here, folks. That's my fault. But NMM. The new NMM. What does NMM stand for? Can someone help me out with NMM? Check out Shield AI. Cool shit they're working on. Oh, hey, Scoob is in here. Holy cow, Scoob, I haven't seen you in forever. We got a sound effect. That wasn't the right one. That was definitely not the right one. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little nicer. I really got to put the horns back in here. But you give you some A10. Wait for it. I should turn that up. You guys should hear more of that. We're going to try that again. We're going to turn it up. That was totally the correct one. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, you crawl. Can't crawl, have your buddy pick you up. Firefly. You asked for help and we answered. I really appreciate it. I know this family will. Aside from the financial help, just whatever they're going through, I can't imagine. The only thing that I have to compare it to is losing people in combat, which is, in the moment, it's just so overwhelming and you have so many emotions. You're angry, you're sad, you try and find those little things to laugh about when you think about those individuals. And as time goes on, it kind of scars over and you find yourself gravitating towards the positive memories you have. At least that's the way that it worked for me. I can't even imagine it's not even comparable, a parent losing a child. I would pay to see you, HLC, and Angry Cops play Escape from Tarkov. Love that Biff is coming to War Thunder. Yo, you talking about Buff? I thought he was already in there. But, dude, Tarkov, I don't hate myself enough. Maybe I do. I'm not sure if super chats are being donated, but I'll assume so. So here's something in the name of the Chair Emperor. Guys, right now, I'm going to be stuck in this chair. Oh, fuck, I forgot to grab something to drink. Because if you see me get up, you're going to start laughing because of how bad my back is right now. Where's the next habitually fat prayers for the family? So we just dropped one, which in my personal opinion, so what I figured out is to have a good habitually fat, you got to have 2 things. 1, good displays with good history and stuff, right? But number 2, you got to have someone who's passionate about it. And that guy, Mario, was emphatic about those aircraft and the history of it. And I was... The whole time he kept we cut out a bunch of it because he not a bunch of the episode, but he kept I'm sorry if I'm bothering or I'm boring you guys. And I'm like, bro, we are locked in. You drive on. You got this, bro. And he was just phenomenal. Broken Man needs a drink. She's not home right now. She, I don't know. She either said she's leaving me or she's just hanging out with her mom. I don't know. Somewhere in between. I'm just kidding. That woman's stuck with me. I ain't going anywhere. Plus, dude, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Having the, I guess, notoriety that I have now, I would be a hooligan if I would be, dude, you guys don't even know. No. Donation. Also, HLC, my last stream, I was asking what you knew about the AWG-9 weapon system. I might know it called something else. Let me double check that. AWG-9. Mixed mode, X-band pulse Doppler radar system. Oh, the Tomcat radar. Okay. I know that basically gave, I mean, I would not be surprised if all the pilots have super cancer because there's so much power. This is the thing. Radars are only limited by the amount of power put through them. There is a limitation of like what the transmitter can handle, but it's way more than the amount of power you can produce. I will tell you, the Tomcat was it. My fascination with the Tomcat in general does center a lot around its radar. Obviously, everyone AIM 54, cool, got it, right? But a lot of it centers around the radar because that was the first time that anyone in the world, especially the United States, right? But anyone in the world said, what if I built an aircraft that could kill the enemy before I got into a dogfight? And it was such a revolutionary concept, right? So like, that's why the Tomcat had such long-ranging weapons, long-ranging radar, like all this power that it pushed into it, because it was that beautiful thing that America does when we go, what if and why not? And we just mash them together with massive amounts of a defense budget and copious amounts of cocaine. Okay. Don't even tell me no, it's not. No, it's the first time we built an entire platform. Don't even. Weapons is arguing with me. He doesn't know about stuff. He doesn't know stuff and things. He's arguing with the wall. Keep on keeping on. Thanks for doing the thing. Didn't have to. Sappers lead the way. Normally I would say that when people say like, you know, whatever MOS leads the way, but I'm going to let you own that one because Sappers are the only reason I'm still alive right now. So, yep, Sappers absolutely lead the way. There was this guy, I don't know his name. I would love to see him again someday because he absolutely saved my life without question, right? And it wasn't like a, you know, Hollywood movie, but he found so many IEDs. He was a sergeant, E5. I called him Sergeant Scrat. I didn't do it to his face. Did it behind his back, obviously, so he probably doesn't know that nickname. But following him and the Sapper team down the roads in Malajat, there was just little holes everywhere. And it was like you were following Scrat from Ice Age, who was just like digging a little here, digging a little there, trying to figure out where to put his fucking acorn. That man absolutely kept me alive. MiG-31's the world's first ESA, would like a word. Okay. My counter to that is anything Russia came up with, we either came up with it and decided it was a stupid idea or they stole it from us. Okay. So that's just, you know, and I'm not saying that as like American supremacist. I'm just saying that that's the truth. Okay. Don't come at me. Buff for president. Dude, can you imagine the clips the news would find of my characters? If I ran for office, like I told Brandon, I was like, thank you so much for reminding me that I never want to run for office. So ESA radars are stupid. Yeah, because they don't have the A in front of it. It needs to be active electronically scanned array. What are you coming at me for? Would you rather be unarmed in a crowd in Sydney for Anzac Day or handle a visit reptile park in Australia and handle a python? Both of those actually sound like awesome options. I like reptiles. I don't know if you guys know this. Like I genuinely, I love handling reptiles. I love touching reptiles. Like snakes don't bother me. Like I think they're cool, right? And they're super cuddly because they like your body heat. Sometimes they're sizing you up depending on the size of the snake. But I think reptiles are adorable. But unarmed in Sydney for Anzac Day, I think Anzac Day, isn't it just like, I keep on telling, I think Cappy, I was telling him we should go down for Anzac Day because Nick won't leave the country. So I'd like to go down to Anzac Day. But is there like a lot of stabbings in Australia? Is that what you're saying? Like unarmed on Anzac Day? I'm trying to understand. With the Karen jokes, so thanks, man. Maybe like,
weaponized Karens, just drop them off. 97 years old. Oh, yes, you, Sonny. Although the Muslims, you know, they get one thing, right? No women drivers.
Okay. It's not much. Unfortunately, I know the pain of losing a child. I'm so sorry to hear that, hillbilly. And it never gets easier. Just know they're in a better place. Absolutely. Right. You know, a lot of people, depending on what they do. Warrior Shaman, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. Depending on, you know, their belief system. But I do, you know, it's hard when you, how do I word this? Perfect. My old platoon sergeant used to have a saying, and I think he got it from somewhere. I don't think he made it up, but it's there's no atheist in a foxhole. And there was times in my military career I was praying to whoever was listening. And I'm still here. So obviously they were answered, you know. Whoa. Kristen Kennedy. I mean, the Venmo link is there if you want to just directly to the family. I mean, it's. Can you pause the stream? Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I'm just fucking with you. Got back from the museum. At least I got to see Buff in the hangar. Heck yeah, horsepower. That's what I'm talking about. Duct tape Doppler radar to an FPV drone and sold it to the government for $1 gazillion. Might work, but getting the returns, there's some questionable things there. But let me see. Been trying to find a way to offload my wealth like Brewster's Millions. My generosity knows no bounds. The bucket dealer. I'm just saying. I mean, sensors on the battlefield are always a good thing. Almost always a good thing. But putting one on an FPV drone, I don't know if the yield is worth it there. I mean, what would you be detecting as the FPV drone? Incoming interceptors? It's not like you have chaff and flares, and you're considered disposable. So losing a radar, I don't know. My brain went into radar world. That saying has been around forever? Yeah. Donations for the fam. Have you considered doing a collab with Country Humans Tunes? He's really funny and covers a lot of the same topics you do. I've never even heard of him. Country Humans Tunes. No. I'll have to check him out. Captain Long. Hillbilly Reacts. Thank you so much. Buff rocks King Buff.
King Buff, I kind of like the sound of that. I'm gonna need at least a 30 female harem just to keep, or Russia's mom. I'm okay with that. She can just get it all.
What's the difference between U.S. Navy corpsman and an Army medic? Oh, before I read the rest of this, we didn't cheat on our medical tests from the corpsman green side. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you. Those can. Thank you, my dear. Also, Knox has not eaten, but Fritz has.
Knox is with Emily?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to
Okay. Well, when he gets back, I guess I'll feed him then. Okay. Hold on. 90 to 95? Did you even compete?
I just got home, so whenever you're ready.
Compete in Desert Storm. It wasn't a competition. It was a massacre. Okay? Thank you, General Schwarzkopf. I love his mentality. I'm going to do this so fast and so violent that the politicians don't have time to screw it up. All I'm saying, maybe we try the same tactic with Iran. Like, you know, Secretary Hegseth, I like you. There's some things I don't like, but yeah, I like you. So what do you say? Like, we just go the Schwarzkopf approach.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Fucking sucks to hear about that type of news, but doing this for them is admirable. Sending my prayers for the family from the UK.
Thank you so much. M Vowels SG. M Vowels. I think it's Vowels or I maybe pronounce a different way. I'm so I have no brain worky today. What's the hallucinated IG account with a clip of you as Rapunzel? Bro, someone sent that to me over on Twitter, and I binged all of his TikToks. Like, I'm not a fan of AI, but those are hilarious. If you guys haven't seen Hallucinated It, he has a TikTok and an Instagram. He or she, I don't know if it's a man or woman. I've not spoken to them. We have been sending those videos back and forth to each other. I sent one directly to Brandon, and I was like, you need to use this for a campaign ad. Fuck it. Full send. Did you compete in Desert Storm? Yeah, words are hard. Oh, What's in this? Also, I'm not sponsored, but San Pellegrino, the pomegranate orange, 0 sugar. It's like crack. Oh, man. If you had Elon money, what World War II bomber would be your personal plane for business trips? Ooh. Business trips. When I say for business trips, so he's talking about decide between a B-17 and B-29. Both good choices. Both solid choices, right? Also, if I had Elon money, I'd have a USS Texas replica built in my personal yacht with working guns. That's actually not a half bad idea. I'm kind of partial. Like, if I had to pick a World War II one, like, realistically, I wouldn't. Just because they have limited range, they're incredibly loud, they don't really have good insulation, right? Like, there's a lot of problems with them.
Would you intercept me?
When it comes to, like, commercial travel.
I'd intercept me.
Praying for the family.
AV328, thank you so much.
Help a bit.
Absolutely. If you're part of the Discord, which, I mean, if you're not, join up, right? If you're part of the Discord, I will, in fact, in the Scuttlebutt channel, I will drop a screen grab. It usually takes about an hour or two after stream. Plus, I have to film a kind of consensual right after this. Yeah, my schedule. I'll drop a screen grab in there of how much this stream earns, and then I'll drop a screen grab in the Venmo, and you guys will be able to see every single dime will go to the family. I will not keep a single fucking penny, because we're doing this to help somebody else out, right? And I don't do this, but you know, a close friend asked me to help out, so I'm willing to do it. Let me see. I'm kind of partial to the B-25. And the reason I'm partial to the Mitchell, right? The reason I'm partial to the Mitchell. Yes, it has to do with the Doolittle raid. But I love that everyone who got their hands on a B-25 modified it in one way or another. Like, and I didn't even realize that until I went to Oshkosh, and they had a row of B-25s. Every single one was different. Different loadout, different weapons, different everything. Every single one of them was fucking different. And because I don't want to stand up, hey, the cockpit was pretty comfy inside that B-25. You guys will see the video soon. But, and I love the B-25 just because it pushed the envelope of, we're mad about this thing that happened, right? Pearl Harbor, right? We're mad. We want vengeance. We don't have enough, like, the ability to cause a ton of damage, but we just want to sucker punch these motherfuckers. And like, I love that when I did my research on the Doolittle raid, I don't know if you realize that none of those aircraft had ever taken off from an aircraft carrier before they took off on that mission, right? They painted an aircraft carrier on the airfield, and that's what they practiced on. None of them had ever taken off of an actual aircraft carrier. So, like, the stones it takes to just, we're going to send our remaining ships as far as we possibly can and take these aircraft off of an aircraft carrier that has never launched these aircraft before, and the aircraft have never taken off of a mobile, sea platform, just because we hate the Japanese so much.
I tried the Venmo, but it wouldn't go through, so I'll send it here. May God embrace those who mourn in his loving arms.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Orthodox Girly. I really appreciate it. If it's not working, I mean, that's the exact link that I have. So the B-26 is better. I don't know, but I do love the just sheer. And there was a B-29. Yeah, because it wasn't the B-36. Anyways, B-29. That's the one we used to drop the bombs. His name was Doc. I've learned a lot about plane names while I was at Oshkosh, and he was doing kind of hot laps around Oshkosh and just kind of flying over while I was there. And I remember, like, while we were doing the video, I looked up and I realized it was a B-29, and I was like, man, if I was Japanese in 1945, I would be fucked right now. Like, it was, it's a really interesting platform, and it's very easily identifiable. Because I'll be honest with you, and you plane nerds are going to hate me. I sometimes have issues, depending on the angle, telling the difference between a B-17 and it was at the C-47, it was the one that they dropped paratroopers out of in Normandy. What is the name of it? You guys know what the name of it. One of the loudest aircraft to ever be inside. Worth it. Get better headphones. I joined late, so I'm hoping this go towards a family. I lost my daughter 2 years ago. I'm so sorry to hear that. You and the unsub crowd have helped me cope. The hole in the heart never scabs over when a child is lost. I couldn't agree more. C47. There you go. Yeah. If they're both parked next to each other, I can tell the difference. But if they're flying overhead, I really can't. I can't. Plainism. When is Oshkosh? It's usually one of the weeks of like last week of July, once a year. I do want to go back. I do absolutely want to go back because I saw a fraction of what was there. And every single Oshkosh event is different than the previous year. Like, that's when I realized, like, it was like the middle of day 2, and I was like, I am not even going to see half of what is here. And next year, a lot of it is going to be different. This is insane. 2 versus 4 prop. Is the B-17 4? Are you... Hold on. Hold on. Let me do some Googling here. Fuck, you're right. The B-17 is 4. Okay, that's... Listen. Wither's just Elon Musk in disguise. I would think it would be hilarious if... I feel like they may have seen some of our content. I feel like the Department of War has seen Nick's content for sure. I don't know everything. I'm the missile guy. I can look at a surface-to-air missile from the American arsenal. Almost every single one of them I can identify visually. But that's what I did, right? Like I understand that. I understand the history of it because, and this is what's important, right? Every job in the military has a history, and it will make you care about it more if you learn some of the cool history. I could be incorrect. Weapons, you let me know if I'm incorrect on that. When you were loading weapons, you learning about the history of weapons loading and these platforms and what they do and why they're that way, I feel like it made me more passionate about air defense. What's up, dear?
There's no water.
Oh, there's no water? Do you need a water?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Fried rice.
Yeah. Chicken.
Would you intercept me?
Okay.
I'd intercept me.
For the
Primarch.
family with love. Question, why no rotary aircraft? Apache and Cobra want to know. Retired Cray Anita wants to know. Semper Fi brother.
I have brought out the Apache a few times. I do like a really bad Macho Man Randy Savage, but I really should bring in the Cobra because I love Marines. I adore Marines. You have to understand, right? When no one else wants something because it's too expensive or it breaks down all the time, or Marines grab it and hold on to it like it's the Holy Grail. You're still using Venoms, which used to be Hueys in the Army, right? Which is so crazy to me that you guys are still using those for transportation aircraft. You use Cobras, which are now the AH-1Z Viper. I think it's Viper. It's the AH-1Z. It's basically a Cobra on steroids. You gave it a second engine. You gave it 2 more rotors. It's, yeah. V2 rocket, am I right? We did bomb Mexico. Please read our rules of the Discord. What do we... Memphis Belle is the best movie about a B-17. I've never seen it. You know what I need to watch again? So I met the Torah bomb squad while I was at Oshkosh. I went out and blew up some stuff with them. We have to redact a lot of it, so Fenn's working on that because I can't like show you guys how to make explosives. That's fair. But they do a full Torah like air show in El Paso. And I need to watch the movie again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I don't even really remember what it was about. Like I had to rewatch Dr. Strangelove because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. And so I need to rewatch Torah, and then I want to go watch the live show. Masters of the Air is better for B-17. I don't know if I've seen that next. I don't know if I've seen that. What will it take to get you to Huntsville Space and Rocket Museum? Time. I do want to go there. I've been to Huntsville before. I've been to that museum. One of the best museums I've ever been to. They have 2 Saturn V rockets. One stood up outside, one on its side inside. Great museum. Phenomenal museum. I just have to reach out to them. Huntsville, Alabama has a few other museums, and maybe while we're there, because we like to batch it. Like when we go to an area, we want to have a couple of different locations so we can get those episodes like all filmed and then just kind of release them periodically. So Our next stop is in the American Northeast. I don't want to say specifically. Sorry, guys. But we'll be going to the American Northeast. It's not the USS New Jersey. That is on the list. But I haven't gotten a no from that one, from the Huntsville one. So I need to reach out to them. USMC Museum, that one's in Virginia, isn't it? Haven't reached out to that one. We got no response from the Titan missile silo. We got a no from the from Louisiana, which I hear is one of the greatest World War II museums on Earth, not just in the United States, like on Earth. I hear it is one of the best. So I was really disappointed to get that no from them. And then obviously Ohio with the Air Force Museum. So yeah. Pima Air and Space, I reached out, no response. White Sands, White Sands, small ass little base. The curator there, her name is Jen. She is so excited to show us the history, but Public Affairs is afraid of their own fucking shadow, and I hate it. The guy wants, like, I need a production agreement. I need to know how you're insured. I'm like, it's literally 3 guys, one of which is carrying a camera. And you can review the footage before we post it. That's the deal we make with everybody. Which, as soon as Fenn's done, I got to have the F-22 demo team review, and then I got to have the Bomb Squad review, so that way the Oshkosh video could be done. Yeah. You could just sneak in. We kind of did that with the Spy Museum. We just went in, and they're like, oh, what's the camera for? And we're like, oh, personal filming, and we just went in. Because, yeah. Yeah, I would love to go to someone said that sucks from the World War II Museum in New Orleans. Yeah, Fenn is from New Orleans. And he was like, this is a really good one. And people kept talking about it. And I checked online and I was like, this is a huge, massive museum. People would love this. And we reached out and they said, nope, we're not interested. And I'm like, fuck, man. You laughed about it last time I super chatted about the Commerce shitty. My runner-up slang name in city is Dysfunction Junction. You're in Grand Junction. Still my favorite home state celebrity. Aw, Zeke. Thank you so much. What do you know about the P-38 Lightning? I mean, basically everything that Nick has said about it. That America's #1 ace flew one, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, right? It is a cool aircraft. It is a sheer just testament to American ingenuity, right? It is a phenomenal aircraft. I just still like the Corsair more. I fuck with the Corsair. P-47, all other World War II fighters. I mean, the P-47 did go hard. It went hard. I say we do that. Robin Williams said all those years ago, drop New York rats and let Buff deliver them. And yes, did Kuwait at 19. Oh, shit. And you were part of... I mean, this is the thing. I give some shit to Desert Storm vets because a lot of them didn't even really see the enemy. But why didn't they see the enemy? Because the enemy was dead before they got there because Schwarzkopf was so phenomenal at what he did. So, like, I give you guys some shit, but, like, it was war nonetheless. That's ultimately what it was. It was still a war. Well, operation, which, look, guys, I'm thoroughly convinced that the only reason we haven't declared war in 80 years is because we haven't been able to convince Congress to agree on something in 80 fucking years. I don't even know how we didn't get a declaration of war for GWAT. It's just, we're like, it's all on the president. That way we can blame him. P-51 or F-4U Corsair. I think the Corsair is just a beautiful aircraft altogether. Now, off the top of my head, I can't tell you who. I think the Mustang has a better climb rate. That Merlin engine, it fucks. I think it's a little lighter. The engine's a little smaller, but it's very powerful. I mean, P-51 is just, it's an American icon, right? Like when you see a P-51, you think just World War II dogfights. And I mean, the P-51 didn't really, I don't think it was fully, like it was towards the end it was around, but like that's about it. But a P-51 is an iconic American aircraft. It's a phenomenal American aircraft. Hellcat or FU-7? The Hellcat fucks. The Hellcat fucks. I can't even be mad. That F6F, It put in some work, man. Supermarine, Spitfire, Hurricane. Spitfire all day. Look, this is the thing. The Hurricane is the unsung hero of the Battle of Britain, and I know this. The Hawker Hurricane, phenomenal aircraft, made much cheaper, made many more of them, but it just could not compete with German, was it Bf-109s? Couldn't compete. Spitfires, more expensive, made in vastly smaller numbers, but it is known as like the fighter of World War II. Like everyone knows what a Spitfire looks like, a Mustang looks like everyone knows that shit. But I think the Hawker Hurricane is really the unsung hero of the Battle of Britain, just because they were made in such large numbers, because they were almost entirely wood and canvas. And the engines were cheaper to produce. P-51 could fly all the way to Germany to escort bombers? Really? Like from where? Probably the United Kingdom, right? With Elon money, you can insulate and customize the inside, basically outside World War II, but inside is modern. I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well get like a turbine. So that way you ain't got to change the engines completely. So you wouldn't have an old piston engine. Wait, did I get a yes from Weapons? Like the Hawker Hurricane, right? Like I got something correctly? Maybe he's saying yes to somebody else, but like, I don't know if you guys realize how big of a deal it is that I finally got a yes from Weapons. Italy with drop tanks. I still love that we were rocking drop tanks that long ago. You always talk about your Power Wagon. What's its voice? Also, my kids say hi. Again, they love you. I'm glad that they didn't show up when I did that last thing. Wrong on Hurricane. Okay, well, I tried. See, I got a yes from the UK. Your point is invalid, Weapons. Someone whose country designed those aircraft said yes. I'll take that. Imagine if Germany had jets on a Zeppelin. A Zeppelin has an incredible amount of drag, and it's not very robust. Wrong, it's better than the Spitfire? How is it better? I'm genuinely curious, Weapons. So the voice of my old Power Wagon. Dude, I'd really have to think about that one, though. Remember, Plops, Jack Mandeville believes in you. I fucking love Jack. Jack is such a sleeper. It's so wild. Let me see. I'm way behind. Venmo was acting up, so I'll drop this here. I wish it could be more, but I've been in my own battle recently. Spiky Mike, it is perfectly fine. Chemo starts Tuesday. Don't you fucking give up. Don't you give up. You better fight that tooth and nail, regardless of what happens. That's what I tell everyone. Doesn't matter what happens. So, okay. And this is a little impromptu motivational speech, okay? Not a single human is going to get through this life alive. Not a single one. So why try? You know, a lot of people get discouraged and they're like, why do I keep pushing? Why do I keep trying? You're not getting out of this life alive. So why do you continue to live? Now, that may sound like I'm like enforcing suicide, right? But that's not my goal. What I'm saying is, who cares if you're not going to make it out alive of this life, right? We're all going to die someday. I'm giving this life everything that I got. Because when I meet my old family and friends and whoever at those pearly gates or whatever your belief system is, I want them to be proud of the life that I lived. You know what? I thought about making it a Twitter post, but you know what's interesting is, for the ladies in here, all like 5 or 6 of you, do you know the most vulnerable question a man can ask a woman, at least in my opinion? There's one question that a man can ask a woman or a family member that is the most vulnerable he will ever be. Am I a good man? Just be prepared for it. Have something to say. If a man asks you that question and you fuck it up and you drop and you fumble that ball, he will never be vulnerable with you ever again. Someone said, "Are you a guy?" Okay, that solid joke. Solid fucking joke. Do I look fat in this one? God damn, guys. Someone from Saudi said, "Let the kid eat." Hey, I fuck with the Saudis. Chemo starts Tuesday. All my prayers for the family. I cannot even imagine that pain. It's all right, Spiky Mike. You got your own battle going on. You're gonna get through it though. I want to keep seeing you here. Whether you don't got to donate, just keep showing up saying, "Hey, what's up? I'm still kicking. Fuck this cancer shit." Weapons and HLC, have a good night. Gappers, you have yourself a wonderful night. Who's bigger? Hawker Hurricane 1934 design was much more numerous, also more rugged. They were steel tube fuselage covered in wood and fabric. Repair was easier too, more stable too. They were more stable, even at speed? Yes, Spits were the poster childs, engines more powerful, better aerodynamics, but they were more expensive in the repairs, more expensive to produce, and had less of them than the Hurricanes. I'm telling you, Hurricanes are the reason that the London Blitz became a thing. Hear me out. Battle of Britain, boom. They're trying to, originally when Hitler, when he wrote Mein Kampf, he said that the British were the only people that he respected and originally wanted a truce with them. But then when he took out France, the French, and he tried to eliminate the British Air Force in the Battle of Britain and their defenses so that he could plan a ground invasion. And because of the pilots in the Hawker Hurricanes and the Spitfires, he wasn't able to do that. So what he did next was called basically terror bombing, was the London Blitz, was just cause as much damage as he possibly could to try and break the enemy's resolve. And he never fucking succeeded. There is pride in that. There is absolute pride in that. Just going up against this Nazi war machine that wasn't even supposed to exist due to the Treaty of Versailles, and you're holding your own and keeping that fucker off your island. There's balls to that. What are you saying no and wrong about? I literally just researched this. So, why is Fritz farting? That is awful, dude. Saw the museum video. I agree with Fat Electrician. Lightning Corsair. Saying Corsair shot down jets isn't much of a flex when you see NATO designated name. Also, Soviets so low XP. That. Maybe I'll make that joke as the kid.
I want to take out some jets, but they only drop common loot in Russia.
which is the most just diabolical shit talk. People are just straight wrong. Hold on. Let. I'll just make it simple. When they find it. Okay. On 16 July, Hitler ordered the preparation of Operation Sea Lion as a potential amphibious and airborne assault on Britain to follow once the Luftwaffe had air superiority over the Channel. On 1 August, the Luftwaffe was directed to achieve air superiority over the RAF with the aim of incapacitating RAF Fighter Command 12 days later. It shifted to the attacks of RAF airfields and infrastructure as the battle progressed. The Luftwaffe also targeted factories involved in aircraft production and strategic infrastructure, eventually employed terror bombing on areas of political significance and civilians. Greetings, Crusader. Yeah. They are still victors in Turritos. I'm talking about the Russians. Call to ask about Chesty's pipe they have Chesty's pipe on display at the USMC Museum? That goes hard. See if I can find one. Didn't expect much, but the lady actually went, pulled it out, took several pics, and emailed them to me. That actually goes hard as fuck. I love when museums are excited to work with people and share in their history. I don't know why people don't. I'm missing the critical part. What's the critical part? But the Hurries shot down more planes and Spits. True. But also they were significantly more of them made. The causality behind that? Hitler was throwing a temper tantrum. I don't know why it's so hard. That's at least my take on it. I didn't read that part anywhere. You should go to the Tank Museum in England, Bovington, formerly named it as Tiger 131 and drives only twice. Once is on Tank Day. They have a tiger? Wasn't there some guy in the United Kingdom who had a fucking tiger in his basement that they found recently? F8F Bearcat or the F6F Hellcat? I don't know what a Bearcat is off the top of my head. Fucking Google. Go back to Google. How have I not seen this aircraft? No, I did see this. I did see this one. Yeah, no, that when we were at the museum, at the War Eagles Museum, isn't that the F-8F? Isn't that the largest carrier-based aircraft of World War II? Right? If I'm not mistaken. That was a Leopard tank. They had a Leopard in the basement? God, I love it. I love it so much. I don't know. The Hellcat just goes hard. Fritz, okay, come on. You want to come up here? Common loot would be an overstatement, kid. They only have rusty knives and nails. All right, we're just going to share the puppy cam now. What do you think of the new proposed BBGN nuclear-powered nuclear cruise missile capable? I'll believe it when I see it. Dude, that's the one thing I hate about American politics. Now, I'm not advocating for a third term for President Trump, right? But when we swap out somebody who has drastically different ideals every 4 years, we can't build anything because the program gets funded, then the program gets cut, and then the program gets funded. Here's a dude restoring a French EBR. I have reached out to my buddy Ryan at Denver Bullets, and he's said he's going to help me rebuild my war gun, my M14. Chinese crested, this is my little buddy. You're a little stinky. His eyes look like Boba's. You got your little Boba eyeballs? Here, you got to show them the seatbelt. Hold on. Oh, let me get you. All right, you're seatbelted in? But what if there was no seatbelt? Okay. But it fell off. Okay. You got about 6 minutes and then it's protocol 4. What's wrong with that cat? Got your donation, Mike. HLC still wears short shorts. I do. I absolutely do. They're comfy as shit right now. It is not puppy protocol. I'm at 54 minutes. It is not protocol 4 yet. You're amazing. Love Poland buffing the kid F-22 thing. I don't understand why people think that Poland is racist just because I want to secure my border. It doesn't matter what color you are. Don't come in unless you're fucking invited. At least vampires understand that shit. Went to the dermo for the first time, had a biopsy, fortunately came back negative for cancer. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm extremely relieved, but can't help feel like I'm now missing part of me. Hey, it's okay. It is okay. Man, I've had so much stuff cut out of me. I had a foreign body removed from my leg. It was a night of drinking. My buddy LaRue shot me in the leg while I was taking a shit with a BB gun. Like, I wasn't shitting with the BB gun. He shot me while I was taking a shit. I tried to dive into the bathtub and wasn't fast enough, and he shot me in my right leg. And it was like this far from my femur. It was a long way in there. Had that removed from my leg, had my appendix removed, my balls removed. Just kidding. They don't remove those for a vasectomy, but yeah. Been to Poland twice, great country. I hear, this is the thing. If I heard only one like demographic of people saying that Poland was nice and everyone else saying like they treat you like shit, I would feel different about Poland. But literally every person who goes to that country talks about how friendly they are, how good the food is, how safe the streets are. And I'm like, it's a utopia. This sounds amazing. I mean, everyone has crime, right? Like everyone has crime. It's physically impossible to eradicate crime. Well, I mean, maybe in North Korea, but while maintaining some level of freedom, you're going to have crime. But I hear nothing but positive things about people who visit Poland. Will we ever get a Russia's Mom character? What would that be? Like a Polycarpov PO2 or something? Flap removed. Beautiful women in Poland? Wow, it's a rule that you don't pump more than 2 times when shooting another person with a BB. Any more than 2 pumps, you risk breaking skin. Yeah, no, it was a CO2 powered BB gun. I will tell you, that was the first time I was given fentanyl at a doctor's office. I walked in because he hit me on the inside of my right thigh. And it was way in there, and it would not stop bleeding. And I was like, LaRue, I love my buddy LaRue. I was like, LaRue, we know there's an artery in here. It's been bleeding for like 4 hours. I've been maintaining dermal pressure. I need to go to the hospital, dude. And he's like, fuck, dude, they're going to ask questions. I was like, look, we'll just tell them that they're like, we were hanging out up here in Denver and someone drove by and started shooting at us with a BB gun. And he's like, cool. And I got there and, yeah, there was no waiting. When you walk in with a blood-soaked rag covering your leg, being carried by someone, and you're holding a military ID, straight in. Somebody asked, is going into the military right now a good idea? Yeah, it's always a good idea. Like, this is the thing. The best way to explain the military, and vets, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is the military, for me at least, was the best bad decision I ever made in my life. Right? It's hard on you. It's hard on the body. It's hard on the mind. They will run you ragged. You got to find little ways to just get around things, because if you do everything to a T the military way, they're going to beat you into the ground until you want to wash your mouth out with muzzle flash. But you do get a lot of skills. You get a lot of experience. You learn the value of a hard day's work. Like, there is a lot of good things that the military gives you. But I'm also 36. I have back problems, shoulder problems. Both my knees, both my hips need to be worked on. Well, one of the hips was worked on, just didn't heal right. I have asymmetric hearing loss, complex sleep apnea, post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, I'm a little messed up, but I don't let it slow me down. Like, when I got the diagnosis for PTSD, I kind of had an internal conversation with myself, is that this is now something that I live with. This is not who I am. And I think that that's a good way of looking at it, right? PTSD is just ultimately your brain's reaction to something awful that happened to you. I didn't try and muscle through it. A lot of therapy. I was on a lot of different medications for a long time, but I've managed to work through those things and like kind of make peace with everything that has happened. Wash your mouth out with muzzle. Yeah, dude, I think I got that from one of my mods. I think it was Phoenix that said that first. Then you write a book, right? No, that's only if you're a SEAL. What's going on, HLC? What missile system would you want if it could be used for home defense? Honestly, just due to size, reliability, cost of munitions, I would get me an Avenger. An Avenger air defense system. You got Stingers for high targets, you line of sight, thermal guidance. You have a 50 cal, you have a 7.62. It's on the back of a Humvee chassis. It's a good, affordable, reasonable size, just home defense air defense system. I think that would work good. Either that or the M42 Duster. Because cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. You want to break into my house? I'm taking the block with me. Okay? 2 fucking 40 millimeter Bofors pumping 120 rounds a minute. Yes, that's 240 rounds a minute of 40 millimeter high explosive, whatever kind of shell that I want to put in that damn thing. I do love me the old M42 Duster. Sorry, I got way behind. I'm missing my daughter's wedding to watch this. Bro, go to your daughter's wedding. Neon Phoenix, unless you can't. If you can't, for whatever reason, please hang out. But don't miss your daughter's wedding for this stream, my guy. Muzzle flash is candy. It's my term of choice. What about the M163 VADS? So the VADS is a good air defense system. It's okay. The VADS is a fun air defense system. Good is arbitrary because burnout on the rounds and stuff like that. Basically, they just took the gun that is inside all fighter aircraft with the exception of the F-35 and said, let's put it on tracks. And one of the coolest things that has ever happened with the VADS, like the VADS were in Desert Storm. South Korea still has VADS. It was in Panama. I don't know if they were in Grenada, but like one of the things, they have a picture of it. If you watch that episode we did at the Air Defense Artillery Training Support Facility, bad guys were in a building, didn't want to come out. VADS pulled up, removed large portions of the building. Bad guys surrendered, which is hilarious. Ghost Shadow, thank you so much. Be honest, I forgot it was Friday. It's all good, my dude. Soviets don't drop common loot, just vendor trash. So are Buff and Russia's mom still together?
Only when they pry us apart, like a couple of dogs stuck together. You know the knot, how it gets stuck in there? Yeah, I face one way, she faces the other way, and then the Russians come in and they pull us apart. And anyways, I'll be back next week.
No man wants to give away his daughter to some D-bag. That's fair. You know, it's crazy. So my wife, very, very much independent. But for her, it was vitally important for me because I'm a very traditional man. You know, her parents are separated, which is fine. I wanted to ask both her parents for their permission. She thought it was kind of cheesy, like not necessary. She's like, I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. And I was like, it's just a thing for me. And I got those yeses, which is really what mattered. Do I play Helldivers 2? Every once in a while with Fen. Like a 12 gauge sandwich. Okay, Fritz is cool, but still what? What did you send to me? Wolfram. What is... Oh, little Fritzy Bitsy. Grandma was Polish, came over before World War II. Nicest lady. Any holiday, if you knew someone with no place to go, they were invited, fed, and given gifts. Poles are maybe second Southerners. I fuck with the Polish, man. And like, this is the thing. They kind of... Their whole history is just rife with war. So I feel like they would know, like, what's good, you know? For the family, T5Q Master, thank you so much. Russian mom character TU2 Bat, or the RU Russia's mom old bat. Is the TU2 the one that they copied the B29? Is that the TU2, or is that the TU something else? Read Wolfram's text. Sorry, I didn't read the text above that. It was Wolfram's joke. The wash your mouth out with muzzle flash. I thought it was Phoenix. It was Wolfram. That's a me problem. You want me to read it out loud? Okay, hold on. Wolfram is our Canadian friend, so. Wash your mouth out with muzzle blast. Was me, you fucktard. Fuck you and your little dog. That was my joke. And it was a good one. It was Phoenix. Fuck you. Okay, Fritz is cool, but still. There you go. I had to give the Canadian some. All right, Fritz, we're going to give you one of these. It's past that time. We're 4 minutes over. You want a snacko? Are you going to stick your head in the bag? Yeah. Self-preservation kicked in. Pros and cons of the Harrier. Pro. I guess VTOL. Con. Uses almost all its fuel when it VTOLs. I don't know. Marines keep shit around for a long time. Do I need a tow rope? No, I got my sack. For the, let me see. Have you watched Ricky and the Boss YouTube channel? Reminds me of you, but with construction workers. I might have seen that one. There's a few that like do kind of AirVenture next year. I will like to. Right now, I don't have anything planned, so I'm hoping that it's a yes. Fritz and I have the same hair when I wake up from deep sleep. Some rain clouds to Washington and Oregon. It's a bit smoky. Oh, is the Canadian wildfires still going on? I mean, I'm assuming they are, but guys, I made a bad joke. It happens. It's all right. Neon Phoenix. Metallica. Yes. Smoke is really bad here on Lake Washington. Yesterday, I couldn't even see Seattle or Bellevue from 737 Factory. I could barely see Mercer Island. Is it that bad over on the West Coast, man? Mercer Island is literally right there. Crazy. Dude, that's insane. Fritz is cool, but so are most hairless West Taiwanese spies. He's my Chinese spy. You're a spy, aren't you? You're a little spy. Don't lick my face. You're a little spy. We're going to turn so that you can stare at the camera. What's that up there, Fritz? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? No, he's not going to. He's kind of quiet. Like, he doesn't bark a lot. When he does, it's fucking maddening. She was born in World War II? Who was? Oh, my mother. You shut up your fucking mouth. Oh, damn. Do you know if there's anything in the works to add live streaming to Pepperbox? I know they have tested it previously. I'm trying to push for a live streaming on Pepperbox. I don't know when it's going to be rolled out, but I know they've tested. I was on a live stream at one point in time. I think we were in Vegas. Where the fuck were we? Yeah, it was SHOT Show. It was like 2 years ago. So I'm hoping that it's going to be functional. Russia's mom literally is a woman called Olga of Kiev. Her story is awesome, and messing with her will upset every Russian. She deleted a city using burning pigeons? Olga of Kiev. I'm here for it. I got online argument about the A10. Had to channel my inner weapons. Bro, he is just so... Listen, these are true facts that Weapons has told me about the A10. Okay? Number one, the 30 millimeter Gatling gun, when not in use, is actually filled with pasta sauce to keep it functioning properly. Okay. One of the engines on the back of it isn't even functional. It's just for show. Okay. Also, the titanium tub, due to budget cuts, had to be made of aluminum. All right. And it's actually able to fire missiles out of the 30 millimeter rather than just bullets. These are all true facts that Weapons told me about the A10. These are all true. I'm sure I could think of some more. I just imagine Weapons behind his computer right now just slamming the keyboard, mad as fuck. He's the only Canuck on the payroll. Hey, I tried to pay you with merch, man. I tried to pay you, but it's Canadian. You just couldn't figure it out. I don't know. They don't know how to ship stuff. It was so bad for a couple days here. It was mandated order from higher ups to keep all hangar doors shut. I could taste it. Ugh. All hail the chair. Oh, you guys saw the chair. That was it. Canadian peso. A big chunk of Spokane, Washington has been burned down. Also like 1,000. Oh, yeah, that was the one the dude got arrested for. Many more fires have popped up just this week. Yeah, it's like real dry out there. But I guess, I don't know if it's like, I don't know a lot about weather. I mean, I know how weather affects radar beams. I know that. But I don't know a lot about weather. But apparently people are saying, and I hear this every year, well, like every couple of years, that we're in an El Nino that is like worse than anyone ever recorded. Like the worst El Nino ever recorded was like 1870. And they're like, this year is worse. I don't know what all that means. Sounds like that Mexican gobbledygook, and we ain't about that around here. El Nino, El fucking peso. Go ahead and bring me a beer, cerveza. Or never mind, I don't know. At least 2 big fires across the border. Where's ICE? Where's ICE? Those Canadian wildfires are not welcome in our country. They're going to show up here, destroy our buildings, not pay taxes. I'm going to make that joke in a video. That's a solid fucking joke. I made that up on the fly. Wolf, oi, know your place. I'll send cans of Fritz the first round, grenades for the others. Going to Italy, Croatia next month. I'm glad I learned how to say Croatia, because when I used to read that before I ever heard it said, I called it Croatoa. Anyways, next month, first Dolomites hike, and then a day in Venice, and a road trip all the way down to the Croatian coast in Dubrovnik. Yeah. They came up to us. Well, then get your own immigration on it. Okay, yeah, I don't. Do you guys even have immigration anymore? Is it like, oh, welcome to Canada? Would you like some free health care? Yeah, don't worry, your taxes don't go to any of those weird weapons of war. We just want people to be able to shoot up their drugs in a safe environment. I'm sorry, I'm just talking mad shit. Paying maple syrup and cobra chickens, they have plenty of that. I got to pay them with something they don't have. Yesterday, you completed your 525th jump skydiving. Homie, Ping King, love you, dude. Stop rolling the dice. I feel like 525 is a solid number to stop at. I feel like that's a good one. What was that country in Africa you couldn't pronounce? Oh, shit. I don't remember. Also, if you haven't seen that episode of What If, where we talk about like what if Africa like became a single nation, bro, that would fuck up everything in the world. They would become a powerhouse just because of their resources. Thank God everyone there is just killing each other. So, America can still get our oil, but it's wild. The TU2. You farted on my lap, you gross little bastard. You're gross. You are so gross. We already have freedom, more of it than you, Yanks. Oh, hold on. Here you Canuckistan. Don't make fun of, oh my God. I was walking like an old man. Like, dude, my back is so fucked right now. Don't squeeze the puppy. Oh man. Hello, how are you today, man? I'm okay. Those aren't English letters. I don't know what that is. Is that Cyrillic? Not bad. We're doing a stream for a cause here. We have the Venmo link for a family that is going through it right now. Are those my water guns? Hail chair. Yes, my back, I tweaked it in the gym today. I think it's a sciatic nerve on the back of my hip. Not a fun experience. It's not Canada burning right now. Part of Spokane, Washington was evacuated for a wildfire. Oregon, Idaho have a fire. 90,000 acres burnt. Fuck, man, that's nuts. Story for Casey when I made the X interrogator. Yes, I have it in the email. I saw it. We're recording later on tonight. I haven't read through it yet. I need to. May want to read it beforehand. I got you. Nightbringer by Graham McNeil. Graham McNeil is a really good author. I need to get back on my 40K world. New York City's in danger right now. You're disabled because of sciatica. Like, this sucks. It's not a pleasant experience right now. SR-71 drops more fuel than Buff when Russia's mom is around.
Depends on how fast he's fucking going. If he's up at the right elevation, going the right speed, everything kind of molds together. I don't need to be a transformer. I'm good at 500 feet. I'm good at 10,000 feet. I'm good at 30,000 feet. I can't tell you how high I can go, but trust me, it's high enough.
Oh, dude, me too. 2 million acres have burned in Oregon this year. Fuck me, man. Weather nerd here. Yes, this El Nino is the strongest recorded yet. As for winter holds, the rest in terms of snow is unknown, but for Colorado, 80 inches is the average for strong El Ninos. Shit. Dude, that's insane. My family lives in Colorado, man. These chuckle fucks are leaving both massive hangar doors open to keep cool despite the smoke still being pretty bad outside. People don't think. Bro, don't ever assume people are thinking. So let's buff up his ego so when Rich destroys it... Why? Why weapons? I talk a little shit about you. Don't ever eat 4 fish sandwiches. I wouldn't eat 1 fish sandwich. There's only 1 fish that okay, 2. That I have found that I will actively like order at restaurants and go for. Salmon, obviously, but only in sushi. I don't like cooked salmon. Don't know why. Just not a fan. Never been a fan. Kind of gross. Oh, Fritz is laying down underneath me. Anyway, there's not Quebec or British Columbia. Welcome to the real Canada, a civilized nation. I hear that. Like, it's crazy when people talk about the United States, they fail to realize how diverse and like spread out the U.S. is. And like, oh, it's dangerous. You guys have all this, you have all that. And it's like, no, those are kind of just the idiots. Most Americans just want to be left the fuck alone. Like that's pretty much the thing that I like about Americans is most of us and them, like we just kind of want to be left alone, go about our own merry way. Yeah, I like salmon sushi, but the other one is trout. Like rainbow trout, river trout, brown trout. I like trout, but it has to be fresh caught. Like I have to catch it myself. I will not buy trout from a store. Greetings from Fort Sill. Craft Voorhees is in the house. Give him an A10. There we go. I'm going to shut this off. Fritz is right underneath me. He's probably going to shit more down there. Fritz has committed a war crime. Use of the chemical weapons against the Geneva Convention. Bro, it's so bad. And I think I felt it because his butt was on my thigh. I think I felt it. I laughed the entire time you got up and walked to the safe. Shut up. Everything hurts. Everything fucking hurts right now. Well, just my back mostly. This is that sciatic nerve, man. It sucks. King trout. I do love me some king trout. Oh, man. Fritz is like hanging out down underneath by my legs. Because, Knox isn't here. Fresh, kill, and cook is the only way to judge whether you like it or not. Goes for sushi too. That's fair. One of the best sushis I've ever had was in Korea. They had like a straight up saltwater fish tank, and you could like pick your. It was expensive as shit, but you could like pick your fish out, and homeboy would like just fucking or whatever they do. That was really racist. Oh shit. They're not going to get offended by it. Asians don't get offended. They just get more racist. It's like what is that? There can be only one. That Asia is the Highlander of racism. You can coin that phrase, take it however you want, but Asia is the Highlander of racism. Striper bass is good. I'm not a big striper fan. And a lot of people like striper, or they like oh my god, what was it? Crappie. Not a crappie fan. Not a striper fan. From a fan, why does UK have to be so bitchy? Look, if they change their policies and started becoming more based and like taking care of their citizens, I would absolutely change. Like they would go through a transformation. 100,000%. Asia's the pro league of racism. They really are. Bro. Is this an actual HLC live stream? No, this is an HLC AI fat person. I got nothing. Fried catfish is amazing. If done correctly. If done. Cocaine is great fresh. Is that an actual fish, or did you just spell cocaine with 2 Ks instead of 2 Cs? Nick might have the international travel once he realizes he's so American that he could step off the plane in another country and still refer to the people there as foreigners. This is the thing. I think the main thing Nick is afraid of is everyone around just by look realizing that that's an American. And with Nick, you can 100% do that without question. You see Nick from a distance, you're like, that's an American. There's no doubt in my mind. That's an American. It's like when you see somebody, hold on, I'll just describe them. Adidas tracksuit, cigarette, squatting down next to a bottle of vodka. Stereotypes exist for a reason, okay? I get it. Also, learned a new white racial slur recently, and I'm so proud. Like, the other races have come out swinging, and kokanee, not cocaine. Yeah, it's a Slav, most likely Russian, but someone's a Chicago person. But I love that the other races are coming out with some good racial slurs. My favorite one that I just heard, I'm going to use it in a video sooner or later. Alabaster disaster. 10 out of 10. Creativity, fucking articulation. It's short, but it's also long enough that you have to enunciate. It's good. I have no notes for that slur. Perfect slur. Trout is the best freshwater fish. I would agree with that statement. I would agree with it. Once you go white, the trailer is in sight. I love it. So would England ever admit to selling Russia jet engines after World War II and admit to fixing Russia's jet engine technology that works with when the world did not want them to have it? I think they already have. Wasn't that part of the recent Habitually Fat episode? The guy was explaining. Because and I was quick with it. I don't know if you remember seeing that part of the episode. He's like, look at this engine. We call this the Ski because it's all in Cyrillic and it looks just like that one, that British one. He's like, anyone tell me why? And I was like, they stole it. Like without, it was involuntary. Like I just assumed, just because my last name is Slavic doesn't mean you need to take shots. Hey man, call a spade a spade. I own that shit. Flathead. I've only ever had mud and blue. I've never had flathead because flatheads are a predatory fish, and I never just like having like live bait around. I just throw in something, drink beers on the shoreline until something bit. Whiteling, I'm not sure what that is. Is that a type of fish? They didn't steal. I know they didn't steal it. There was after what's his name? Winston Churchill. It was part of the episode after Winston Churchill left office. They voted in some other guy. He was super chummy with the Russians, very, very socialist. Imagine that. And wanted to share the designs with the Russians so that way they could all be on the same page. That's where they got it from. Didn't steal it. I know. It was involuntary when I said stole it, just because I assume. But then again, it wasn't American, so that tracks. Is his name Ed? Who? Walleye? I don't think I've ever eaten walleye before. They're a fun fish to catch. I don't think I've ever eaten them before. Nick needs to visit the Australia Maritime Museum in Sydney, the MV Crate Operation Jaywick. I would love, like, I have begged, and this is the thing, it's nothing against him, right? Like, Nick is also incredibly busy. I have begged him, bro, let's go out of the country. We've gotten so many open invites. Let's iron out the details, go out of the country, hit a couple of museums, and then fucking roll out. And he's like, nope, not leaving the country. Come on, bro. So I've decided I'm going to circumvent this, and I'm going to just start going to travel to different historical sites outside the country, and I'm just going to bring people along with me, like Eli, or Cappy, or Trout, or Brandon, or Cody. And everyone else has a fucking passport, so it's like, it's an easy ask. Sir Anthony Eden. Yeah, that sir should be reclaimed by the crown, which doesn't even... Okay. British politics is so fucking confusing because it's a monarchy. You have a king, right? You had a queen previously. She passed away. Got it. You have a king now. But he doesn't really yield any political power. So you have an autocracy that operates like a democracy. It's weird. It's very fucking confusing. Have I eaten octopus? Yes. Yeah, I was in Korea. Had some at a Japanese cultural festival, and it was really good. I did not like how chewy it was. Maybe I just didn't have it cooked correctly. It was very chewy. Habitual crossings. Did you know Cody Moody are... Did he announce that on stream? Honest question. Did he announce that on stream? Yes, it's really not. You're just army. It's confusing. Jewfish, kingfish, queenfish, habitually fat solo. He talked about that on stream today. Okay, yes, I knew. If he was talked about it on stream, yes, I knew. I'm late. Who are we helping? How much is my crayon funds getting depleted today? They are not being depleted, I assure you. We're helping out a family. Read the description, but there was a family. Someone crossed over the double yellow, uninsured, crashed into them. Their car rolled and then burned, and their young daughter, Molly, was lost in that. And the mother and the sister are, they were both in intensive care. I believe the sister is out. I'm unsure if the mother is. So we're just helping out a family in need. One fish, two fish, kingfish, jewfish. I will say, if there is such thing as a jewfish, you could probably use bass lures. They're pretty shiny. I'll see myself out. Shit, Nico Ortiz is trying to muscle in 1U. How? Oh, is he live right now too? Nico, I'm gonna text him right now. Don't you go live when I'm live, mother sucker. Fried calamari is amazing. Agreed. My wife loves fried calamari. We don't have one here in New Mexico, but every time we go up to Denver, my wife loves Cinzetti's. If you guys don't know what a Cinzetti's is, there's only like 3 or 4 of them in the country. It's an Italian buffet the size of a fucking Walmart. And I'm not exaggerating. It's massive. And they have like a whole section dedicated to desserts. They have fucking cannolis. They have bread pudding. They have ice cream. They have, you name it, it is over there. And it is amazing. And then they have like a whole pasta section. And then they have a whole pizza section. And then they have fried calamari and just a ton of other shit. They even have fucking steamed mussels. I don't even eat mussels. Funny part is, you're right, Jewfish like shiny things. Dewfish, not Jewish? Oh, my bad. I'm late. Oh, no, we got past that. Jewfish, kingfish, habitual. I would love to start a fishing show. I'm nowhere near any good bodies of water for fishing. I would love to start like an HLC fishing show. Zach says he does some fishing, so I would like to maybe go out there and do some fishing with Zach. He eats porpoise. I love shellfish. I love most shellfish. Crab, shrimp, lobster. Not an oyster or mussel fan. And I don't know if this counts as shellfish. I think it does. Sea urchin can fuck all the way off. Eli ordered us some of that. He has a sushi joint he likes to go to. Really, really good sushi. Really good. And he's like, let's get some sea urchin. And I was like, I've never had sea urchin before. And he's like, yeah, you should try it, man. I took one bite. Awful. Awful. Please use circle hooks when fishing HLC. Of course, that's what I normally use. Lobster is peasant food. It is technically, well, it was in French prisons. They used to serve them lobster because they thought it was like the cockroach of the ocean, which technically they're right. Was it French prisons? It was somewhere in Europe. Historical common name used for several species of large marine fish, most notably the Atlantic Goliath grouper, which is very similar to a bass. They do like shiny shit, but Goliath grouper will also kind of eat basically anything moving in front of their face. Do I hunt? Used to a lot. Grew up hunting mule deer, whitetail, elk. I've done. I like bird hunting. I really do. Dove. I love dove. Some dove nuggets, man. They're easy to de-breast. They're easy to work on. I've hunted rabbit before. Mostly now I just do nuisance hunting. Like if a farmer has, a coyote problem, I'll thin the herd. I don't like hunting coyotes because they sound like dogs, and I'm very much a dog lover, but I understand the necessity there. I've been hog hunting a couple of times, but I still think that it's like snipe hunting. I've been hog hunting in Oklahoma 5 times. Never once seen a hog. I've seen them while I was fishing, but that's the only time. While I was hog hunting, I went out 5 times, didn't see a single fucking hog. I think it's like snipe hunting. You just walk around out there in the darkness and your friends scare the shit out of you. What is my favorite jet? Like the Kicker fighter jet. My favorite jet is kind of a toss-up between the F-22 and the F-14. I love both of them, but for drastically different reasons. Lawton has plenty. Bullshit. That's malarkey. I saw them while I was on Fort Sill, but I was also fishing, but they don't exist. My favorite food is Rocky Mountain oyster. I've eaten them before. I worked at it years ago when I was 15. It was my first job. I was at Shifter's Bar and Grill. It doesn't exist anymore. And they offered Rocky Mountain oysters. And I remember one time I was like, I really want to try one. And the cook cooked up literally one of them. I took a bite. It was super chewy. It was gross. It was bland. No, thank you. First Amendment is not unlimited. What? New Mexico has some elk. Yeah, up in the high country, they do. Fleet Air Museum in Yeovil and Imperial War Museum in London. I would love to do a British tour of museums. I would love that. And not like the British Museum, which everyone knows about. I mean, they got some cool artifacts in there, don't get me wrong, but I want to go to the one-off weird things. Like that dude there's something that hasn't, there's a misconnection in his cranium somewhere, and he just likes whatever the fuck he has a lot of. Those are the ones that I like going to. Hogs are smart. You need to be in a tree stand. Oh, I was just trudging through the fucking forest. I did almost blast a farmer's cow. That scared the piss out of me. I came up over top of this hill in Oklahoma. I was on private land, and the guy's like, there's cattle out there, so make sure you identify your targets. And I come up over a hill, and behind me was the truck, which still had its lights on, and I just saw 30 pairs of eyes looking back at me, and I was like, fuck. Well, I couldn't see pairs. It was usually 1 or 2. Because cows have them on the outsides of their fucking heads. And I pulled up my rifle, and then I was like, spotlight, there's something there. And he spotlit, and it was 4 or 5 cows. Yeah, it was probably maybe 20 cows. Am I currently hiring? Meet up with Cap at Grim Reapers? I would actually love to do that. I haven't watched too much of the Grim Reapers, but I know my buddy Rotten Reaper has, and he really likes them. And he's actually given them information, unclass information on the operations of air defense for when they do their simulations. If my next duty station is South Korea, high likelihood, then I invite you to the South Korean War Museum. Just wait for me to get there first. Oh, bro. The Suwon Task Force Smith Memorial is also really, really good. Also, in case you didn't know this craft, get some fishing gear. There is no license requirement in South Korea to fish, and you can fish anywhere. And all the locals think that bass is a trash fish. Bro, I was on Suwon Air Base. There's a pond at the end of the runway. Monster fucking bass. Monster. Just throw that out there. Say no more, brother. Are you talking cryptic? Oh, are you about going over to the USMC museum? I fuck with that. Just I got to figure out what else is in Virginia for us. No, that fish are copperbacks at best. Have I played Command & Conquer? Yes. If I pulled up my Steam library right now, I have all of them from way back when. If so, which is my favorite? Ooh, hard ask. Hard ask. I like Red Alert 2. I really do. I enjoy it. Yuri's Revenge kind of changes the whole dynamic. Like 3, Kane's Wrath, those are all fucking dog water. I love Generals. It's not military accurate because they use Patriot as a land-based defense system for the US, but I did crash an entire land network in Manas, Kyrgyzstan, because me and my buddies all played Command & Conquer against each other, and I broke the population cap and everything, and I crashed the whole fucking server. Quantico base? Bless you, good sir. Bless you. I do love me some Command & Conquer, though. What bait do you use? I use dip bait. Are we talking about for catfish? Catfish, chicken livers works good. Dip bait, what is it called? Danny King's punch bait. Also, bring some rubbing alcohol or gasoline with you. It's the only thing that will get the smell of Danny King's punch bait off of your hands. And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's all parts of the animal you don't want to touch, but Danny King's punch bait, you can smell it. If you are downwind a mile away, you will be able to smell that shit. It is the worst smelling thing imaginable, but the catfish love it. Also, if you're around an area that has a lot of frogs, frogs work really good. You just grab them by their hind legs, like smack them on the tailgate, kill them real quick, put a hook through the bottom of their mouth. You can't catch frogs fast enough. There was a pond I used to go to. I'd toss a frog out there, and by the time I walked away from my pole, got the line set, and went to go grab another frog, I had a fucking catfish on the line. Like, it's hot dogs for catfish. It's just a waste of hot dogs, man. Annual fishing license in NSW is 35, then size and bag limits. You can free dive for lobsters and spearfish, accepting exclusion zones. Okay. I'm not sure what NSW is, but Oswolf, you're an Australian. I remember you. And you think I'm going to get my slow beluga-sized fat ass into Australian waters? You are high as pterodactyl butthole, my man. Great white sharks, box jellyfish, blue sharks, fucking every shark species known to man, lionfish, you name it. It wants to kill you. Bacon for catfish? Waste of bacon, Doc McFly. Waste of bacon, my guy. New South Wales. Okay. Yeah, no, that's Australia. No, thank you. I would love to visit Australia. I would love to. But if you think I'm going snorkeling for anything, no. And you're talking about, let me see. What is it? Spearfish. You know what spearfishing does? Spearfishing is incredibly good at attracting predatory fish. It's really good at that. Yeah, stonefish, blue ring octopus. Yeah, it's all there. Everything that wants to kill you. It's the jellies. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. You say Steve Irwin approved. I commented on Robert Irwin. There was a video posted of Robert Irwin picking up like a really rare snake that he found. And it was like a trip down memory lane. The way he spoke to it, the way he handled it is so similar to his father. And I speak for myself here, but I wrote this in his comment section. I was like, Robert, I have never met you, nor any member of your family. But without having met a single one of you, I have such profound trust. I'm paraphrasing. Profound trust in your family. You could hand me the most venomous animal on the planet, and I would treat it like an old friend because I trust you so much. I don't like spiders. I don't fuck with spiders. If Robert Irwin handed me a spider and was like, this is a wondrous spider, it'll kill you in one bite, but look at it, he's so nice. And I would be like, yeah, Robert, that's a cool looking spider, man. I don't feel great about this, but I trust you. Like, dude, without question. Noodling for catfish, I used to want to do that. I used to really want to try noodling. And then I realized copperheads, fucking water snakes, beavers, all exist in the same waters. Not sticking my hand in a hole. Oh my God, Knox is asking to come home. Did you text the missus? You didn't text me. I think she's out at dinner. Shit. I'm so sorry. I have about 20 more minutes here, and then I can cripple my ass out to the truck and come and get him. How do I feel about my Twitter post blowing up? Bro, the original post asked for a hot take. What kind of take do you have that would do this? And then I was like, okay, I think if you're on any kind of welfare system, until you're self-sufficient, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Bro. First of all, Kevin Sorbo, the old fucking, not He-Man, Hercules, he shared it, which is wild to me. But a lot of people were like, you mean like you want to take away veterans' rights to vote? I'm like, no, those aren't given. Those are earned, right? Like disability and the VA disability, earned. VA retirement or military retirement, earned. Those aren't just given. You know, Social Security, earned. You paid into that your entire fucking life. Granted, the money you put in was used on somebody else, but now so on and so forth. It's an earned thing. Yeah, so that thing was, oof. So to me, those are earned, not given. I'm talking about like, and this is, I'm not trying to single out like single moms that are using WIC and stuff like that, right? But I tend to believe that if we were a little bit more stringent on, you know, who has the privilege of doing certain things. I know it's a right. There's a difference between a right and a privilege. Then I think the world would hold themselves to a higher standard. And my case study for this is Japan. If you get into a fender bender in Japan, that's fine. You get into another one within like 2 or 3 years, your license is fucking gone for a decade. Like, dude, tickets are astronomically expensive there. The whole population kind of falls in line. Now, some might feel that that's a little authoritarian. I get it. And I'm not trying to pick on anyone from any demographic, but if you're living in my house, you don't get to make the rules of my house unless you're paying the bills. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Emily, I got about 20 more minutes and then you can bring them on home. I know, Wolfram, I know. But hold on. There's two sides to every coin. And I think that everyone deserves, right? And I never really talk about my personal political beliefs. I never really talk about it. Everyone knows that I lean a little bit more conservative. I'm not far right by any means. There's a few things that I'm going to kind of breeze over that I'm not going to mention because those are kind of hard topics for a lot of people, and that's okay. I think that certain types of socialized medicine, but it's not a single problem. You don't just want to pay for it. You want to cap the price of it. You want to make sure that, you know, people aren't abusing that. But I think chemotherapy, no one wants cancer. No one's doing lines of chemo. No one's getting high off of fucking radiation. I would absolutely be okay with my taxpayer dollars going towards taking care of people with chemo, you know, who need chemotherapy, or people who need dialysis, or people who need fucking, you know, insulin, right? Like I would be perfectly fine with that. So that's the way. No medicine for kids. That's psycho crap. It's a cause and effect thing. There is a limit to how much, you know, physical, corrective training that should be used on a child. I believe it was exceeded with myself, but everyone has that, what they believe is the correct amount. But I'll tell you, I was far more afraid of my parents than I ever was the police. I didn't really step out of line and do shit. I didn't really step out of line and do a lot of things. Follow the OxyContin states. That's the thing. Pain pills, homie, that's coming out of your own pocket or your own insurance. Sorry, not doing that because those can be abused. What are you going to sell them? Like, I'm not paying for that. But I think that we all want to, you know, have general welfare around here, like everyone taken care of. We also need to bring back asylums. Sorry. There are some people that cannot function in the world. They can't. And the sooner we accept that, the better. There are some people that will never, no amount of SSRIs, medication, anything else like that, will ever get them to function in society. And I think we need to realize that as a society. Annual hunting license like 75, no tags, no limits, but you can really only shoot introduced species like deer, goat, pig, cat, dog, fox. You can shoot dogs in Australia? Don't you have wild dogs there? Like dogs that are, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say domestically, but they're not, that are from there. Police never hit me with a belt. Facts. I was always afraid, like, I didn't touch like cannabis until my parents like split up. I didn't touch anything like I experimented a little bit at the end of high school, right? But I was always afraid, like my dad was gonna fast rope through the fucking window. What are you doing, boy? Like it was terrifying. It was terrifying to me. Dingoes, yeah, there you go. Native. That's the word I was looking for. USA versus the Vatican. We're going to need some help from the Skittle Hair people. They don't believe in a deity. The Vatican has no power against them aside from bullets. No, I'm just kidding. The Vatican has their drop bears. Drop bears. I didn't know that was an Australian like joke, drop bears. I thought it was a genuine thing that koalas will drop out of a tree and land on you. I thought that was a real thing. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Someone's going to be like, no, it's a real thing. No, don't fuck with me. Look, cassowaries and what are those little black and white birds that want to fight you all the damn time? Ethan experimented with dick. Yeah. Have a great night, HLC. Going to go start working on my project. 79 F250 goes hard. Has it got the 7.3 in it? I was wondering if you'd ever end up going to the Cold Lake Air Show in Alberta. Wouldn't be opposed to it. I like Canada. Canada's always been good to me. Magpies. There you go. Those are the birds. Just angry, pissed off birds. Didn't Franklin fight a drop bear?
Well, he could have, but he was going to try and give him chlamydia.
Emus. I don't worry about emus as much as I worry about cassowaries. A cassowary is an emu with a problem and an armored head spike. Got kicked out of a Japanese bar in Okinawa for yelling Gojira in front of the manager. Thank you, Marines, for a good 21st birthday. Why do the Marines always do the same shit? Camels are a big problem in Australia. That actually makes perfect sense. I know they brought them there. Kind of like a certain, can I say his name? A certain Colombian drug lord imported a couple of hippos that are now loose in South America and reproducing. Fuck. I think it was 4 of them total that he brought in. And foot knives. Yeah, you do. Cassowaries are fucking mean, man. For the family, Kevin Camacho, thank you so much. I got to get caught up. Oh my God, I think I went too far. No. Yes. Okay. HLC, there's remote control setups for tablets you can use to bring Nick overseas. Immunocompromised VTuber. Iron Mouse uses to attend convention if you need an example. There you go. And when Nick irritates me or says something dumb, I'm just going to, if he's like, you're fat, I'm just going to mute him, shut him off. Hit me with your missile knowledge. As per your last video, technically you lost 26 pounds. Yes. What are we talking about? What about missile knowledge? Okay. In 1972, I think it was. 1972, this is not very talked about. Arkansas, there was a nuclear missile base down there that had like a 700-ton door over the top of it. It wasn't Minuteman, it was Titan. It was a Titan missile silo, and back then they used liquid gas instead of solid state fuel, not realizing how fucking corrosive and just really shitty it is. Anyways, they had it in there. There was a leak. Someone went in there to deal with it. Eventually the leak got too much and it went kaboom. And it killed one of the airmen that was down in there, and it blew the 700-ton door off the top of it, and it actually, the warhead for it, luckily all the safeties triggered the way they were supposed to, and it landed just outside the gate of the base. There you go. There's some missile knowledge. South America deserves hippos? No needs for words? Yes, missile knowledge. Explain that to American Asian women? No. They'll hit you. Beans on floast. Brain no worky. Man, this is going to be a fun kind of consensual. I might just gummy it up for this episode. Beans on toast just flew over me. C-17A? No shit. I know was it the red arrows? Not red tails. They were at Oshkosh. Came on over from United Kingdom. I was like, the British are coming. And then I looked at Finn and I remember telling the joke. I don't know if he actually got it on camera. I was like, hey, it's 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. What is it if they're by air? Red arrows. There you go. Yeah. They're turning in their jets? probably offensive to the local population. They're too loud. They're really just offensive and the problem here in the United Kingdom. Why are we wasting all this money on fuel when we could be taking care of the impoverished people heading across the English Channel? Look, UK, if you want me to stop making fun of you and making you such a whiny little bitch, take care of your people. That's all I ask. Right? Enforce your laws. You have immigration laws. Why not enforce them? I feel like that's the right thing to do. Hippos are terrifying in the wild? Yeah, they will straight hunt your ass down and kill you. And then 3 years from now, they will get turboprops? Really? Ugh, gross. Found a spider in Australia that sets spring snares for a specific ant and goes into cut strand spider web line and gets jerked into the web. Neat spider. I think I remember seeing that. They also found like a new wanderer spider, which is now the giant wandering spider. Which, I don't know if you guys know this, wandering spider is also, off the top of my head, one of, if not the most venomous spider in Australia. They found a giant one. All I'm saying. The big man upstairs tried with the lizards, okay? Tried with the lizards. When he figured out that the B-52 wasn't going to run on hopes and dreams, wiped out the lizards, okay? You're oil now. Cool. There's a significant probability that maybe one day he's going to go, you know, we tried with these mammals. Let's move on to insects. Coconut crabs. Yeah. Also, nightmare fuel. Coconut crabs. They're like, oh, they're slow. No, fuck that. Nightmare fuel. Not a fan of Buff's wrinkles.
Why were you walking underneath?
Aussie animals can end life, but we're not on their menu. They desire is defensive, so don't mess with them. Very few things hunt us. True, however, even the things that can't kill you, like huntsman spiders, which Australians are just so unbelievably numb to, which are like as big as your fucking hand, okay? They're just like, oh, it's just a wandering spider. He's all right. He's nice. He's not going to hit anything. No, no. They're fast. They're big. They won't hit you. Don't care. Hurt my fucking feelings. No, that's a funnel web. It's not a wander. Is it a funnel web? Are you sure? Because I know the Sydney funnel web is one of the most venomous spiders in Australia. But I could have swore it was the wandering spider that they found the giant. Hold on. Let me double check. Place of strong people and weak government. I fuck with that, Jesse. I honestly, bro, I might take that. Because the U.S. is a lot the same way. Kind of. I can't get behind saying you're going to take care of your people and then just not doing it. Like that's what bothers me. And I'm not very well versed in foreign politics very well. I pay attention a little bit to like the close-up ones, like the president of Mexico owned by the cartel. I probably shouldn't say that because I'm so close to the border. The president of Canada, or Prime Minister of Canada, excuse me. Sorry, you know what I'm getting at. Gay. That's it doesn't matter if the person's gay or straight. I don't even know. I just feel like talking shit because Wolfram is in here. Although I did have an Australian kind of put it in perspective for me. I was watching a video and the guy's like walking through the Australian bush. I don't know how far off the beaten path he is. And he's like, hey, you Americans talk about everything is dangerous here in Australia. And like, it's like, yeah, you get wandering spiders and snakes and stuff. Just watch where you step. Perfectly fine. He's like, in America, you got a grizzly bear that'll charge you at 30 miles an hour and hunt your ass down and kill you. And I'm like, that's actually fair. I've seen a bear in the distance, like in the wild while I was hunting. I've seen a bear in the distance. I went the other way, right? Unless it's a polar bear, they won't hunt you. Grizzly bear, black bear, most of the time it's kind of crime of opportunity. But a polar bear will 100,000 fucking % hunt you down for miles. Okay. Always check your shoes. Learn that the hard way. And then, moose kind of have an attitude. Bison, you really got to piss off. But yeah, no, that really like put it in perspective. If not friend, then why friend shaped? I saw a mountain lion one time, and it was probably, and I'm not exaggerating, I was hunting as a kid. I was probably 12, 13 years old. I was hunting, and at that age, I was old enough, according to my dad, that I wasn't going to steal his kill, and he would just drop me off and say, I'll pick you up at sundown in this spot. Cool, Dad, thanks. I'm like 12 or 13 years old, trudging through the woods by myself with a 30-06. Fuck it. And I remember it was probably 20, 30 yards for me. And you see a mountain lion in the zoo, and it's a big cat, right? It's a big cat. But when you're not guarded by a fence, it looks like a Volkswagen with teeth. And I noticed it because, growing up in the woods, my dad always taught me after, every couple miles, kind of double back and then follow your own path. And the reason why you do that is to see if there's any predator tracks going across your path. So to just veer off or just get out of there, right? And I started seeing cat prints. Knew they were cat prints, rounded paw, no claws showing, cat. Okay. Canine prints are a little bit more pointed, and then you can see the claws. For those of you who don't know. Saw cat prints, and I remember I stopped and I kind of looked around to see how close the cat was, because these are relatively fresh prints. And that's when I saw it. And it looked at me, and I looked at it. And it's funny, you're like, pss, pss, pss works. Yeah, I wanted to know what the opposite of pss, pss, pss is. And I remember bringing up my rifle, took the safety off, and I pointed it at the cat, and I was like, if you move, you die. You move. And it was probably only 5 or 6 seconds. But it felt like a fucking eternity, okay, of me just staring at this cat. And this cat was looking back at me, and I froze, just draw down on it. And I remember it like sniffed the air and looked at me one last time, and then it just went on its merry way. As soon as it realized that I wasn't the prey that it wanted, it was like, I'm going to go. I don't know if it was a man or woman. I have no idea. I didn't pay that much attention to it. I had to go change my fucking underwear. Okay. Terrifying to see one in the wild like that. But luckily, mountain lions don't really hunt you. Opposite of pss, pss, pss is bang. We raise bison for meat. There's no such thing as a tame bison. No, but I do tell you, we got about 5 minutes left on here. I'm going to try and get through some of these things, but, if you've never seen all the portions, all the sections, because there's like 4 or 5 videos of Guy on a Buffalo on YouTube, you need to go watch those. Gotta keep the baby afloat. He's a guy on a buffalo. Oh, fucking love that. That's my jam. If I ever fight in the octagon, I'm too old for that shit. That's going to be my walkout song. It's a guy on a buffalo. It's going to be great. I don't even care. Old cats are smart. Ran into a cat while bow hunting. Yeah, no, that would even scare me worse. You have 5 minutes to explain the family we're trying to help. Okay, so, all right, I got their names and everything written down. Let me go to where I need to. Okay. So Vanessa, the mother, was driving, and she had her daughters, Brooklyn and Molly. I had to make sure I got that right. I wanted to say Maddie for some reason. I'm so sorry. They were driving down the road. An oncoming car abruptly crossed the road, uninsured. Probably, I have no idea if the individual was intoxicated or not. Impacted their Jeep head on. The Jeep rolled and then lit on fire. Molly was killed in the impact. The mother, Vanessa, she had broken her feet, ribs, and sternum. She had a punctured lung. She was in the ICU. I don't know if she still is. And then her other daughter, broken leg and ribs, and then she was beat up as well. So I tried to think the Venmo's broken. That's fine. I will take everything from this stream, every single dime from this stream, and it will go to that family. There will be proof in the Discord. Okay, once I do it. It takes like an hour or two for me to get the email that says how much was earned in the stream. It lets me know like the overall revenue from Stream Elements. Once I get that, I'll screen grab it, go to the Venmo, send it, top it up with whatever I need to, and we'll send it on over to the family. Praying for healing. Exactly. Praying for that family. Oswald says, magpies are cute. We have kids make videos getting swooped. Plovers. We avoid the area for swooping season. Survival bias. You see magpie videos more than plover videos because we don't play. Don't play. What is a plover? 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 I don't know how to, let me figure out what that is. Hold on. It's a bird. That little thing? That's got an attitude? No. Although I will tell you, it's very similar to the American killdeer, and American killdeers are assholes when it's mating season. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got way too far down. Love the work, mate. Watching from Australia. AKA place of strong people and weak government. I wanted to read that again in that Aussie accent because it's fucking based. Okay, I got the picture. So this is a picture of their Jeep. I didn't email these to myself. I needed to. Picture of the Jeep. And this is little Molly. I got a couple of pictures of Molly. There's one. Another way. There's another. We're just helping this family out.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept
No
me.
amount will be enough to
No
replace their
amount
daughter,
will
but
be
this is all I
enough to
can spare.
replace
It is
their
okay,
daughter, but this
Smeagol.
is
I
all
really
I can
appreciate that,
spare
my
at
guy.
the moment.
Sydney Funnelweb, most venomous new big boy is more. Good God, man. I did that again. We all need help sometimes. I get it. Crosser, I thank you. Honestly, it doesn't matter what it is. Again, for me, guys, for the support that I need, I just ask to watch my videos. And I feel incredibly grateful and blessed that I'm in a position that where we can all come together and help out this family in need. I don't really do this. This is actually the first time I've ever done something like this, but a very close friend of mine is close with the family, and he said, "Hey, can you help me out to help this family?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." The man has always been good to me. He's never wronged me. He's never asked me for anything in the years that I've known him. I will absolutely do that for him. One last one for the family. Thank you so much. A beer. I think that's a Bayer. I don't know how to say that. Thank you. We keep all the dangerous animals here in case China tries to take over. They'll pay for every square inch of land. There's some truth to that. Weapons will probably know this. Also, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Absolutely. Weapons will probably know. What was that island the Japanese were on where they were eating all the local population? And, oh man, did my stream die? Yeah, they were eating all the local population, and then they tried to egress through like a marsh or a mangrove, and they got eaten by a bunch of starving crocodiles. Wasn't that the Japanese during World War II? It was like the only time in history that a battle was lost against an animal. Samar? That sounds familiar. It wasn't an island. Where was it? Was it Sinai? Army is here, really great community. Dude, I cannot thank you guys enough for what we're able to do for this family. And this is life-changing. The whole experience for them is life-changing. And, if we can just help them out, just take one of the things off their plate. It's ultimately why I make videos to try and make people laugh, is the world is awful. The world is terrible. If I can make you laugh for a couple of minutes, then that's what I'm going to do, because I can just make everything fade away for a little while and give you that reprieve. And that's really all I've ever cared about doing, right? Like if, let's say I didn't make anything, making these videos, I'd still make them. Probably not as many, but I'd still make them. I'd just go get a regular job like everybody else, just go work wherever I'm needed. So I'm glad we're doing it. Steve Irwin Island. What about the emus? Apparently there was also an American emu war that I was reading up on. I was thinking about doing a state of mind video about that, but it's really kind of anticlimactic. Emus were a problem. Americans showed up, wiped them out, the end. Apparently Aussies couldn't figure that out. No amount will be enough to replace their daughter. It's all I can spare at the moment. No, I totally respect and I appreciate you guys. I can't thank you all enough. The gang does Rage Room Smash Paper Shredder with veteran disability claims on its ceramic busts of communists. Clock saying hurry up and wait. Display case of participation trophies. Bro, I fuck with that. That's hilarious. I kind of want to make that happen now. I had a dream. I had to text Eli. I had a dream the other night. It was kind of a nightmare, but it was also, it was kind of cool. Eli, I love him to death, but nothing scheduled ever goes according to schedule with Eli. You just have to, you're fly by the seat of your pants, which every time my wife travels with me and we do something with Eli, I love the unsub guys. I love them. They're my best friends. But she always gets stressed out because nothing ever goes according to plan. And Eli's just so nonchalant. He's like, yeah, this is the way it is. You know, it's just showbiz, you know, whatever. And I had a dream that we were filming something and we were supposed to fly back. And instead, Eli changed all of our flights and flew us to another race school. And on the one hand, I was pissed off. I was like, Eli, I'm out of fucking clothes. I'm out of laundry. I'm out of, like, I don't have anything, man. I would have done this. You just had to tell me something. But on the same hand, race cars. So I couldn't be that mad. Grok says Ramri Island near Burma. There you go. Eli doesn't arrive early or late. He doesn't arrive. I finally came to the realization that everyone just understands Eli time. We went to a breakfast. It was me, Cody, Brandon, Trout. I think Nick was there. Zach might have been there. And we were eating breakfast. And Eli, they called Eli. And Eli was like, yeah, I'll be right there. This is like 10 a.m. We're like, cool. And we finish eating and we're just shooting the shit. And I was like, guys, it's noon. How much longer are we waiting for Eli? And they're like, oh, he's not coming. Like, we have no doubt he's not coming. We're just going to go. Oh, okay. My wife is calling me. This is for the family. Steven as well. Thank you so much. Mrs. Linecroster's calling. Hello, Mrs. Linecroster. You're alive with HLC.
That's fine. I just want to let you know that Emily's on the way with Knox.
Okay. I'm going to have to go hop off now. Anyways, my time is up. We raised a lot for this family, so I'm going to make sure that we get it on over to them. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I'm going to wait till I get the email, and then I'll shoot the email and the Venmo receipt into the Discord, so that way everyone knows. Every single dime goes to this family.
That's going to be really nice.
All right, my love. I'll see you here in a little bit, okay?
Okay, I've got your food. We're going to stop by Grandma's because Dad wants to see the house, so I'm just gonna let him walk through it real quick.
Okay, dear.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fritz probably has to take a big old shit, so thank you all so much that we were able to do this for his family. All right. Again, if you would like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecoster.com. Maybe buy me a beer, do whatever. But again, the cheapest and easiest, the only thing I'll ever ask you is just watch my videos. Hey guys, watch out for one another. I care about every single one of you. I love you guys. Don't do the enemy any fucking favors. I'll see you guys next time.